So here we are at the beach that's right adjacent to Kluskap Cave. Welcome to the center of the universe.
Most people in Nova Scotia are familiar with the tales of Kluskap, the Mi'kmaq god, legend, and hero that taught tales to the original people. Many people as well probably know about Kluskap Caves, most likely without even being aware of it. When I first heard of this place, I heard it called the Fairy Hole Caves. No matter what name you know this place by, you may not know the significance and rich history this bit of land holds. We asked Clifford Paul, one of the top Kluskap experts on the island, to help guide us through these ancient trails and pass down the stories surrounding this important place. Before we get to the caves, however, Clifford granted us access to sacred cleansing pools. While we promised not to reveal the exact location of these tide pools, Clifford thought this was a good place to start our journey.
I'm standing in an area which is sacred to us. This is called the cleansing pools. Our ancestors would come here all the time. And Nova Scotia has designated at least a minimum of 11% of protected lands. Kluskap Cave and the trail going to Kluskap Cave has been identified, but also my community members who come to this place, they identify this as protected lands as well. And it's sacred to us in ways nobody else knows, because you have to come here to see how sacred it is. So you're welcome to journey with me up to these falls. You see 1, 2, 3 cascading pools. There's probably around 7 of them, and it's just a little jaunt up, a little climb, and I'll show you what it looks like. So I usually tell people, you have to take yourself to the edges of your comfort zone. If you take yourself to the edge of your comfort zone and beyond that, that's where life begins. That's where you get to see these kind of things and go to these places and feel the spirit of places that nobody gets to see. Yes, indeed. That's why they're cleansing pools. It's spring water. Not water coming off the mountain. And this is just a warm-up of what we're going to have to do.
After leaving the tide pools, we arrived at the start of the trail. Throughout our walk, Clifford shared with us important lessons and stories, teaching us along the way.
Where we offer our youth and people who haven't been here before one of the lessons taught to us from our elders. This lesson comes from Charlie Labrador, a visionary from Acadia First Nation. He's in the spirit world now, but he was a very gifted elder. And one of the lessons he gives is of the trees. And he says, if you look at the trees in the forest, they all stand tall and proud. Like you'll get the black spruce standing with the red pine. You get the yellow birch standing with the white birch. They don't care what color you are. They don't care what nationality you are. He says they all stand tall and proud, and they support one another. He says, if you take a close look at the trees, look at what they're doing. They are communicating, and they're also holding the earth together. As you see, in their roots, they hold the earth together. And these trees are actually embracing, keeping each other alive to survive. And he says, why can't the humans be like the trees? Why can't the humans stand tall and proud and share and, hold the earth together? Seems like the humans are doing the opposite. Yeah.
The hike tests you. While most of it is fairly easy to navigate, there are parts where you have to scale down fairly steep drops. Clifford, of course, guided us through every step.
I bring my body close to the ground. If I fall, I just stop myself. And I just look under my arms And I just use the roots and the rocks to get down, which is a lot better than a rope because my center of gravity is close to the cliff, which means I'm not going to get hurt. Give it a try.
As we approach the shore, I want to play the clip from the start of the video again. This place is the center of the universe. This is the place that Kluskap left this world for the next one, and it is a very sacred place.
So here we are at the beach that's right adjacent to Kluskap Cave. Welcome to the center of the universe. In ancient times, all the tribes heard of a place in North America. All the tribes across North America were asking and wondering, pondering about the center of the universe. And the story came to me from my cousin when he was a young boy. He was a drummer for the Sons of Number Two. And he was in Mohawk territory. And the Mohawk elder asked him, "My son, are you a Mi'kmaq person? Are you Mi'kmaq?" And he says, "Yes, I'm a proud Mi'kmaq." That was the word then, it's Mi'kmaq. And he says, "Come with me, I have a story to tell you." And he told my cousin the story of the center of the universe. He says, all the tribes across North America are wondering about the center of the universe. And I'll tell you right now, the center of the universe is on an island on the east coast, and is protected by the mightiest tribe of the land, the Mi'kmaq. Our tribe never lost a war. Everything sits on unceded Mi'kmaq territory. We never lost to the British. You know, the mightiest tribe of the land was us. And Sitting Bull, on his journey, wanted to see the center of the universe, and our people brought him here. And it's fitting that it's the center of the universe because this is where Kluskap lived. And he heard the white man will be coming in future. So this is where Kluskap left us. So it's fitting that somebody as legendary as a god as Kluskap to leave this world into another dimension through the portal of the center of the universe. So this place is very sacred to us. Very sacred to us. The stories here have to be told, and people have to come here with good intentions. This is supposed to be a spiritually awakening place. It's supposed to do wonders for your heart, your mind, your spirit. Actually challenges you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You seen that as you came here? And that is sacred. That's how our ancestors lived. That's how they moved. That's how they lived their lives. This mountain is called Kelly's Mountain, and it's been named that. And on the map it says Kelly's Mountain, and on the map this place says Ferry Hole of Cape Dauphin. But for the Mi'kmaq people, for us, this is Kluskap Mountain, and this is Kluskap Cave. And one of the stories I have is this is where Kluskap lived here with his grandmother, and he was on his canoe, and he was doing his work out there on the ocean with his canoe. And what he was, while he was doing his work, I don't know, he must have been fishing or hunting whales or whatever he was doing. Two young women were on the shoreline, and they were kind of like, I can't say harassing him, but they were picking on him. Maybe they were flirting with him, but they were pretty harsh at it, which is what they do. Anyways, he was out there, and the two young women young maidens were just picking on him. And then he said, "You better stop." He says, "You better stop. I don't want to lose my temper." And that just made it worse because they just poured it on even more. So he got angry. He jumped up in the air out of his canoe and landed on his canoe and broke it into two pieces. So his canoe turned to stone. If you look at the Bird Islands over there, that is, if you look at it from a space, like an aerial satellite image of the Bird Islands, it looks like a sea kayak that's split in two pieces. Imagine that. And he was so enraged, he turned the women into stone. And he turned them into stone. the two maidens, and there's one of them there. That's one of them. And there's supposed to be another one around that ledge over there as well.
Although through this video we've been calling it the Kluskap Caves, there is another name, as we mentioned before, the Fairy Hole Caves. So I asked Clifford about that name and where it came from.
This place is protected by not only the maidens, but also the little people. In our culture, we have a lot of our First Nation cultures across Canada have stories of the little people. For us, it's the Wigglatamuch, or others call it Boogalatamuch. And they're the little, if you go to Europe, they will call them leprechauns and fairies and stuff like that, which is why this is called the Fairy Hole. So this place is guarded by them very closely. I haven't seen any, but I know they're here. I haven't seen them, but I know they've seen me. When we come here, we don't go looking for them. No. We just respect their space, they respect our space. And every now and then somebody might encounter one and not even know what they've encountered. So this place is I come here all the time. Sometimes I come alone, sometimes I bring a group. Every journey is different. No two are the same. And I'll tell you a story. That same cousin of mine, who was a teen and later became a dad and now has a family, we hiked here with our kids, and we were sitting on the shore, we were making tea, and he went into the cave. And he went into the cave and he prayed hard. He prayed really hard. And then while we were on the shoreline, me and my friend, we walked to the edge here, looked out, and I said, wouldn't it be nice if a whale showed itself, like the spray? As soon as I said that, a whale just jumped out of the water, full breach, right to the tail, like that. And it was like 4:30 in the afternoon, so the sun was coming this way in August. 4:30 in the afternoon, so all that water was sparkling gold. And it went like that. Just a couple of 100 feet out. And I said, kids, look, there's a whale. We all ran to the shore, popped up again, halfway, looked at us, swam away, and the kids were just amazed. We were all amazed. I said, isn't this a magical place if I asked for it to happen? And it did. And when my cousin got out of the cave, the kids go, Graham, man. His name is Graham Marshall. I said, Graham, you wouldn't believe it. The whale just jumped out of the water because we asked it to. He says, I'm not surprised. When I was in that cave, I was praying hard. I was praying hard for all of you. Praying hard for everyone that was here. And he says, I could feel my ancestors with me, he says. So this place, you have to come here with good intentions. You have to come here in good spirits. You see spray paint? That's the equivalent of me going to a church downtown and spraying my name. Clifford was here. I know some of it is art, but it's not fair to the sacredness of this place. And people leave garbage behind. We have to continue to educate so that everybody that comes here is not here to treat this as a victory over Mother Nature and have a few beers or whatever they're doing. It's to come here with reverence and respect. Everything that casts a shadow has spirit. Everything that has spirit deserves respect. Water has cast a shadow. The air casts a shadow. The earth, fire, everything, all those elements in our lives that sustain us, they deserve respect, especially a place like this.
After a tough hike, some reflection, and many lessons and stories from Clifford, I can say we were both humbled by the history here and left it better than when we started. We hope when and if you plan to visit Kluskap Cave, you do so with the respect this amazing place deserves.